Navya, I wanted to ask you, because we've traveled together in a couple of places where you've made these menstrual homes. Why do you think it's still important? Of course, I would like to point out, while it's a taboo, the access to menstrual products in our country have gone up quite a bit, especially because there has been awareness. But Navya, tell us, why do you think it's important that there should be more awareness on it, and it shouldn't be a taboo? It's a very natural process.
No, absolutely, and I think, like he mentioned, it's a sign of life. It's a sign of a moment in a woman's, as she grows older, is a point in her life where she's able to give birth. And I think that's not something that we should be ashamed of or shy away from. And I think menstruation, yes, has been a taboo for a long time, but there is progress. I'm sitting on stage today with my grandfather talking about periods, and that itself is a sign of progression. And the fact that we are sitting on a platform today with many people watching us and having an open conversation about menstruation itself shows that we have progressed, not just as women, but as a country. And I think it's great that not just the women, but the men have also joined in on this mission of making menstruation a destigmatized conversation. And I think more importantly at home, because change for me always begins at home, and I feel that women should feel comfortable and safe about their own bodies in their own homes before going out into society and talking about that. And I think I was fortunate enough to grow up in a home where I felt comfortable having these conversations.
Navya, according to the Global Gender Gap Report 2022, India ranks 135 out of 146 countries. It's gone down. Gender inequality is still a major barrier. When we talk about health and development in India, we always see the women eat food later, so that's why, hence they are anemic or they are malnourished. As a gender equality activist also, which is the work you've been doing for a while, do you see the narrowing of the gender divide? Do you see that the youngsters, the girls of today are speaking up? Is that time changing?
Absolutely. I think a lot of younger girls feel more confident about themselves and the role that they play in society. I've personally, through my interactions over the last 2 years, have met a lot of young girls who are more confident about their bodies, their minds. They're very ambitious, and I think that they're definitely motivated to make a difference and bridge the gap. But this is something I've always said, is that when it comes to empowering women and building the gap to gender equality, it's not just the responsibility of a woman, but equally the responsibility of men as equal parts of society to help bridge that gap. And as much as we'd love to see younger girls, I'd love to see younger boys as well take the initiative to bridge that gap.
Actually, I'm amazed at the work you're doing. I mean, when you joined us last time, I was just, it's really, and you're sticking with it over years. How important is what other people are saying is just to share it with somebody, preferably somebody close to you. Just get it off your chest.
Absolutely. I think mental health being a conversation that we're having a lot more often now and on much larger platforms is extremely important, because I feel that we learn a lot from the elders, from people on TV, and I think that them especially being public figures and talking about it so openly will encourage
so just
a lot of...
share.
Yes,
that's the kind of message that you would give.
Absolutely.
Make
just
it
get
mainstream,
it out,
as Jyotsna said.
To share, to not just share on platforms like this, but at home with your families, with your teachers, with your friends.
Yeah.